Good afternoon. We're going to talk today a little bit about the settings dialog found on the top ribbon of the home screen. This is within DVI 3D. We select the settings button. This is going to give us a lot of control of how we interact with the software itself. Starting at the top of the General tab, we can change the language if you want. We can also return to our reset our factory defaults, which that can be done on any one of these screens. Also, if we go to our Units tab, we can change just the metric. We can stay in Imperial, which is what is default. We can change our CSV values from easting, northing, and height to northing, easting, and height. We can go to X, Y, and Z. So however you want to customize this. Currently, our units are in feet. They're in decimal feet, but if you want to change it to U.S. survey feet or centimeters or meters, you're more than welcome to. And then for our angular dimensions, we're in degrees. You have your choice of radians or gradients also. And something that's important is our incline, our inclination. We set our horizontal to being 0. So if we're going to take any type of measurements along the ground, if you want to, for example, a takeoff angle, or you want to know the slope angle, we want that set to 0 degrees. So anything uphill would be positive, anything downhill would be negative then. And then for additional units, our lat and long, if you're using GPS, we're in degrees, and here we're degrees, minutes, seconds, but once again, you can change it to radians and gradients as well. Our projection, currently I'm set up to Ohio North, that's where I'm located. However, if you're not located in Ohio South, which is where most people probably aren't at this moment, go up here to select your projection. You can type in a search, and here we have Ohio North, and you can change it for Ohio North. And this is going to allow us that if we're bringing in data that is lat and long, that is geodetically corrected, we know the correct projection that we're in, and we can apply that. And that is an NAD 33 projection. Going down, we have our folders tab. This allows us to decide where we want to save our files to when we're saving them. Specifically, we have two options at the top. One is to use project files versus use project folders. If we're using a project folder, this is going to put the job when we save it, any type of error logs, any type of backup files, is going to put it into one folder with the same name. Whereas over here, if we use project files, it's going to save everything individually by the name of the job, but it's going to be saved wherever you place it. This is what we generally are more used to seeing when you're using something like a Word document or any other diagramming program for that. This here just kind of tucks it all together into a nice folder for you if you like. This here is where different locations where we're going to save, and you can change the folder to wherever you want it to be. Then we have our interface button here. We can control the size of the UI. It changes the size of our icons very quickly. 100% is default, and that does reflect your window settings also. The text is the same way. If you want the text a little bit larger, you can change the text to a little bit larger. But once again, we default to 100%. Our graphics, this allows us to show us the thickness of our points, pixel thickness rather, so we can control how thick things are on the screen for points, for line work, and this can also be changed later after you started a job. Our station, this is our known origin if we're using like a total station. So we can call our origin as 000. Some people are used to using 5,000, 5,100. None of those are wrong. We're going to show the text. We have a size. You can change your the font type if you want here. And this is the font that you would use actually on the diagram. And once again, this all can be changed actually in the program while you're using it. Our imports, these are all the different file types that we do import. Our exports, these are all the file types we can export. And then finally, keystrokes. These are 7 hotkeys that we have. And if you don't, for example, if you don't like what it is, you can change save. So instead of being Control S, just simply select Shift F or whatever combination that you would want, and you can change your hotkeys for your program. If you have any questions, please feel free to send us an email and let us know. I hope you found this video helpful in setting up the settings for DVI 3D. Thank you.